Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Caldwell, you heard me describe my concern about the elimination of historical references throughout the park system. For example, the photograph at the Pulaski Park, many other examples. Where are these decisions being made? Who is making the decisions? Are they being made at the park level? Are they being made here in Washington? Who specifically says, get rid of that photograph in Florida, or another, or the slavery reference at Harper's Ferry? I'd like to know where in the department that decision's being made and by whom.
Yeah, I appreciate your question, Senator. I don't have that information, nor have I been part of that decision-making, but I'm happy to follow up with your office and the committee.
I'd appreciate if you take that question for the record and give us a written response from the department. Because it just worries me that these are significant decisions, and there should be some transparency in terms of how they're being made, who's making them, what the criteria is, whether it's being made at the local level, all of those kinds of things. So please supply that for the record. As you know, I also have concerns about staffing. How were the decisions made? We have a hiring freeze. We fired probationary employees. We had people take the early fork in the road. Has there been any analysis on a park-by-park basis or on the overall system of a staffing target? And I'm looking for data. I'm looking for support for a decision that frankly looks rather arbitrary.
Sure. Senator, I appreciate that question. I don't have the details in terms of FTE number.
Well, my question is, are there details? That's what I'm looking for.
I will relay that question to the department to provide you with those responses. I think as across the national park system, certainly your interaction with superintendents across the country, we rely on their expertise to meet the challenges. And I think we are confident that the National Park Service will continue to deliver the mission it's responsible to deliver to the American public.
It's hard for me to believe that when you reduce the staff by a third from an already diminished level, that you're going to be able to deliver the same level of services. That's a nice idea, but this isn't, meeting with park visitors isn't something that you can just conjure out of thin air. So I would like, what I'm after is, was there any analysis done of a staffing target? If so, how was that target established? What's the data background? What kind of research was done? So that's what I'm looking for. Similarly, the same thing on the budget. Giving us a 6-page budget, one of which is blank, as opposed to 600 pages, doesn't give us anything to work with. And we really need, and I guess my question is, are we going to get a serious budget document before the appropriations process is complete for 2026, 2026, 2027? I'm
unaware of the schedule of the budget delivery, but I'll certainly relay that question as well.
Well, again, we want to be partners here. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to serve the public as effectively as we can, but we can't do our job unless you do your job. I don't mean you, but I mean the department, in terms of serious analysis, numbers, background, targets, effects, impacts. Has any research been done on what the impact will be on a certain reduction at a particular park? So I'm looking for a lot more data and support for these decisions. And in terms of these decisions about, I'd only call it whitewashing our history, I'd like to know who's making those decisions. Yes. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Caldwell.